if this happened today, it would probably turn into one of. Do you know that?
What?
Okay,
How is that related?
no,
Have you seen this viral video? It's about a woman documenting her writing journey.
I don't think so. What's the video, Sha?
It's from 2023 by this creator named Paula Lafferty. She basically filmed herself writing her novel, like stacking each chapter until she finished her first draft, and it blew up. Guess how many
Oh my
viewers it
god.
got?
How many is that?
Millions, like 13 million viewers on TikTok.
Oh my, is that real? Oh my god,
Yeah.
that's insane though.
And I remember that people were so curious about the book, including me. I actually found out through Instagram though. The story is about this girl named Fira who lives in the modern day world. And then one day, this guest showed up at her hotel and he turned out to be Merlin, like the Merlin.
Merlin.
Yeah, from 7th century Camelot. And he's trying to send Vera back into the past because she's actually Queen Guinevere.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, yeah. Apparently, she's the key of saving Arthur's kingdom.
Uh, so it's like a modern retelling about the Queen Guinevere.
Yeah, not exactly, but because usually the legend focuses on King Arthur's story, right? But here, Guinevere is the main character, and it's inspired by Le Morte d'Arthur by Thomas Mallory. But she kind of flipped the idea. She even gave it a contrasting title, La Vie de Guinevere, or The Life of Guinevere.
That's actually really interesting. Like, did she end up publishing the book?
Yeah, she does. She did after doing numerous edit and trying to get an agent. She eventually decided to self-publish through Kickstarter in 2024, and it did really well. Many people loved it.
Oh my god.
Then in 2025, a publisher saw it and picked and offered to publish the whole trilogy. Now the first book is called The Once and Future Queen. Sounds
Okay.
familiar, right?
That's really cool. Like, I like that she used Arthurian love. I've heard of Le Morte d'Arthur. Is that right? The pronounce.
Yeah, I
So
think so.
it's one of the main collections of the legendary King Arthur stories from British folklore, right?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one. But don't you think it's kind of weird that the title is in French?
Yeah, but I think I read somewhere that it was actually the publisher's suggestion.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it also kind of makes sense historically because Mallory's work was primarily influenced by early French texts, like those 30 before century prose romance. So compared to something like the famous Historia Regum Britanniae by Geoffrey of Monmouth,
Oh, yeah.
which reads more like a historical chronicle. Mallory version is more focused on romance and chivalry.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so the French title isn't random then.
Yeah, it actually reflects where a lot of the inspiration comes from.
You
Yeah.
sound like you know so much about it. Come on, tell me more.
Well, I mean, there actually a reason why stories like King Arthur are still being talked about even today. I think it's not just because they're old, but because they have everything people are drawn to even now. Like, if you think about it, the Arthur legend combines heroism, romance, magic, and even betrayal.
Mm,
Like, you have got a powerful king, a loyal knight, a magical figure like a Merlin, and then
yeah.
all the drama inside Camelot itself. And I think that's what makes it so enduring. So even as English literature students like us,
Oh, like
we
us.
keep coming back to these stories like the King Arthur. So because The story itself reflects so many themes that are still relevant, like loyalty, power, love, and even the consequences of human flaws. So yeah, it's not surprising that modern writers like Paula Leverty are still inspired by the story. So yeah, it's never really disappears actually.
Okay, but for people who might not be familiar with the story, what is the story actually about?
So okay, basically King Arthur is known as the legendary king of Britain. So he rules from Camelot with his knights of the Round Table, and his kingdoms represent ideas like loyalty, honor, and unity.
Ooh, I get it. But I feel like these kind of stories never stay simple.
Yeah, you're right, because even though Camelot looks like perfect, things start to go wrong pretty quickly, actually.
Hmm.
So, at first, everything actually seems fine. Arthur becomes king and builds Camelot as the ideal kingdom. So
Oh.
he rules together with the Knights of the Round Table, a group of knights who are meant to be equal and devoted to protecting of the kingdom. So
Oh, so it's not just about the power, but also about the values.
yes, exactly. And for a while, Camelot really does feel like this perfect and peaceful place. But over time, things start to change. Actually, Sha.
Oh,
Okay.
change how?
Well, the problems don't really comes from outside enemies at first. So they come from inside the kingdom itself.
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
So it mostly start with Guinevere, Arthur Queens, okay, and
Okay.
Lancelot, one of his most trusted knights.
What, like they have an affair? Have
Mm-hmm.
an affair?
Yeah.
Oh, I see where this is going.
Yeah, I mean, mm, if this happened today, it would probably turn into one of YN's and the Knights meme. Do you know that
Oh,
memes?
what? Why
Yeah.
and then?
Okay,
How is that
so
related?
oh my god, that memes. Okay, guys, if you know that memes, it's about like Lancelot and Guinevere. Do you
No,
know?
it's not. No, it's not. It's just a
Okay,
meme.
okay.
She's making things up,
Okay,
guys.
but joke aside,
Yeah, I mean, it actually sounds pretty serious then.
mm, yeah, it is because this relationship isn't just drama, but it ends up breaking trust with the whole kingdom.
So it's not just about them anymore.
Yeah, that's right. So the knights start to take a side, and the unity that Camelot was built and slowly falls apart.
Oh, that's actually worse than an outsider attack.
Yeah, because once that trust is gone, yeah, you know what the result, the kingdom becomes fairly vulnerable.
And that's when everything starts to kind of collapses.
Yes, so that's when Mordred steps in and take advantage of the situations.
Oh, right, the betrayal.
Yeah. So Mordred challenges Archer roles, and that leads to the final battle between them.
Oh, yeah.
The war. It's
Oh, yeah, isn't it the Battle of
yeah, the
Camelot?
battle. Yeah, the battle of Camlan. Yeah, and in that battle, Archer managed to defeat Mordred, but he's also fatally wounded.
Oh, what? I thought he's immune to fatal injuries.
Uh-huh.
Doesn't he has the sword Excalibur?
Yeah, so we know that he has it, but alright, he lost this cupboard, the sword sheath that grants the protective magic.
How did he lose it?
Apparently, his half sister, Morgan Levi, stole and threw this cupboard into the lake. Ah, okay.
What? So even when he wins, he still loses?
Yeah, and that's what makes the ending so tragic, by the
Oh,
way.
that's a shame. So what happens after that?
So before he dies, Arthur asks one of his knights to return his sword into the lake, the Excalibur into the lake.
Oh, the sword to
Yeah.
the lake. Okay.
So yeah, it represents his power as a king. So when it's returned, it feels like the end of his rule.
That's actually kind of sad.
It is, and after that, the Arthur is taken to place called Avalon. It
Oh,
seems like similar to
Oh,
Avila.
isn't it the mythical place?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So it's usually described as almost magical island where he is taken to heal. Yeah.
Oh, so he doesn't just disappear? I thought he's dead.
No, not really. So there's this idea that he isn't truly gone. Yeah. So
Oh.
that one day he might return.
Oh, like the once and future king, that phrase, right?
Yes, that's the idea. So
Okay, I get it.
he's remembered not just as king from the past, but as someone who could come back when he's needed again.
Wait, okay. This might be a bit random, but isn't there also this idea that King Arthur might be a real person and many people believed it?
Yeah, a lot of people in the Middle Ages believe that.
Right.
It's true.
And even now, there are historians and archaeologists trying to find proof. So, why does that idea matter so much to people?
So I think it's because of some his stories were written like in Geoffrey of Monmouth work, like which represented him almost like a historical figure. Therefore, it kind of places him in the between myth and history.
Oh, and that's when people get curious, right?
Yes.
Because if he was real, then the legend becomes part of the actual history.
Yes,
Oh,
exactly.
wow, I see. He could have been a real person, just
Yeah.
an ordinary dude who did something heroic in the past, but
Yes.
over time his story just grew into this whole legend. The symbol of British heritage. A great and brave leader who united the kingdom. Oh, wait. When he died, did everything just fall apart?
Yep.
Like everything just gone?
Yep. Pretty much, like their unity becomes fragile. I mean, even great leaders and kingdoms don't last forever. Just look at our country history, Sha. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
country's history. Okay.
um,
And yet, his story still lives on, like in modern literature and even as a source of cultural pride.
yeah.
Cool.
So it is where the whole night in shining armor ideas comes from, like as well as themes like loyalty and betrayal, even at great kingdoms.
Oh,
Yes.
right. And oh, the idea that nothing lasts forever,
Forever, yeah.
no one escapes death, except maybe some tropes like vampires, zombies. But people still like writing stories about characters' death, like right, including me. And
Yeah.
his
Okay.
ambiguous death, I think that gives people hope that the hero might return someday. Ah, that must be why the story feels timeless.
Yes.
I get it now.
So yeah, exactly, and I agree with you. Like he becomes part of the country's identity, like a figure that represents unity, leadership, and his pride itself. Oh
Oh
yes.
yeah, and not to mention the tons of adaptation stories about him, like the reimagining by T.H. White, the once and future king, and oh, do you know Red Shoes and the Seven Dwarfs? I showed you my edit of that film a few days ago.
Okay, so I know where this is going. Sure. Okay.
The
Okay.
male lead is Prince Merlin, and one of his friends from the Fearless Seven is Prince
Okay.
Arthur, and the seven got cursed into green dwarfs.
Okay, so you're trying to connect us, but I'm not really sure. Are you sure that it's related to King Arthur?
Yeah, I mean, it feels inspired. No, there's Excalibur there. I'm sure there's Excalibur there, and but it is as a tourist attraction, and in it Arthur cannot pull the sword, but because he's cursed into a dwarf, but somehow Snow White can.
Yeah. Okay. So let's not get too off track. Sha. I will put on my watch list. By the way.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
sorry. Where were we?
Okay. No, you're good. Actually, what you said earlier kind of connects to something important.
Oh, what is it?
So it's the mythological side of the story because Arthur isn't just seen as the historical figure. His story also has a lot of myth in it.
Oh, you mean the fantastical and magical elements?
Yes, exactly. Like Avalon, for example,
Oh yeah.
it's not just a place, right? So, but more like a magical island, almost like the afterlife.
Oh, that's why magic is so common in the stories and
Mhm.
adaptations. It really is not meant to be realistic then.
Not really. A lot of it comes Celtic mythology, where stories often include the magic, prophecy, and things beyond the normal world.
Oh, yeah. I like that. Fantasy. The story feels bigger and magical like that.
Yeah, and it also makes it more meaningful,
Ah.
especially the idea that Arthur might return one day.
Oh, the
Yeah.
once and future king.
Yeah, so that idea gives more people, like, even after everything ends, there's still a chance for things to come back again.
Ah,
So that's why people keep retelling it so in different ways, even today.
that makes sense. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm skeptical though.
Okay, I think that's also where it connects to a real life Sha.
How so? What do you mean?
Well, if we look at from societal perspective, the story shows how the leadership and power actually work.
Oh, in what way exactly?
Like how kingdom can look strong but still fall apart because of problem inside, like conflict and betrayal. Yes.
Oh,
Um.
Lancelot and why and I mean Guinevere. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, it is. It
Guinevere.
is, and it also showed that even great leaders aren't perfect. Yeah. Remember that. Okay. Problems will always arise during their reign.
Oh, so because
Right.
problems still arise during the reigns, is Arthur still this ideal king?
Well, he is seen as that, but despite the inmates of his strength, at the same time, he still has flaws, the weakness though.
That actually makes him more relatable and human.
Yeah, you're right. Because, and I think that's why the story still matters even today. Like, it's not just about the past, it reflects how people understand power, loss, and hope in real life. So, yeah, I think that's why the story of the King Arthur still feels relevant until today.
So
Yeah.
it's not just an old legend, Arthurian
Mm-hmm.
lore. It actually says a lot about real life.
Yeah, that's right. But, okay, I think that we got a little too serious there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we need a break from all
Yeah.
that depressing tragedy.
Yeah.
Let's do something else.
Okay, so
Okay.
let's do something else. So,
Okay. Uh, let's follow that.
yeah. So for the next part,
We're switching things up.
so we're doing a little game. It's called
Hot takes
So we're going to state opinions about the King Arthur,
and react,
but how maybe argue a little.
but I hope not too much.
I don't know. So we'll try. Okay. So let's start.
Okay, first one. Lancelot is the worst character. I agree with this.
What? No, no, I don't think so. I mean, like, he did was wrong, but it's more complicated than that.
Come on, he's supposed to be his loyal friend and knight. Then he stole his wife. How is that not bad?
Yeah, but um,
He sinned, Devi. He didn't
Did it
score,
score,
bro.
bro?
That's exactly why he couldn't win the Holy Grail. I'm sorry. He did it to himself.
Put up no buckets. Stop calling that man.
okay, yeah, but is she the worst of the stories?
Hello. We're only talking about King Arthur's story here. Lancelot's forbidden love for Guinevere made him stray away from his knightly duties. He's a betrayal. Meanwhile, Galahad got the Holy Grail. That's what legendary knights do.
You got a point, but I still don't think that he's the worst one.
Then who?
I mean, there are worse ones like a Modred, Maligan, and Morgan Le Fay.
Oh,
Do you
okay.
think that they are not feeling like the worst
You have a
character?
point. But all of them are still
They're
more
more
legendary than
legendary.
me.
Okay, so it's my turn, and be ready, Sha.
Okay.
Loyalty matters more than love in the story.
Huh? What about both? I mean, your loyalty lies on who you love, right? So I don't see how one is better than the other.
But remember the Lancelot.
Oh, yeah, he broke the code because his heart lies elsewhere. So, does that mean love will always make us betray our duties? No, right? Except for their love, which is forbidden. That may be a problem.
You're right, but in the context of the story, Sha, that's why everything falls apart, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's actually a good point.
Okay, next.
Next one. Moderate is over hatred. Oh, over hated, sorry.
Um, I don't know about that because he literally destroyed a Camelot. By the way,
Yeah, but maybe there's more behind his actions?
maybe, but that doesn't make it okay. Like, I mean, like he's still the villain.
Well, he is meant to be the main villain, but as a character, I still think he's better. More legendary than Lancelot, of course.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay. But Mordred is a villain. He is supposed to be hated.
Despite the hate that may be going around, I still think he's an icon. Modern is better than hated.
Okay, guys. Okay. Last one. Without the betrayal, the story would be boring. Period.
No, that's wrong.
I mean, it's kind of true though.
No, don't say that.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. Conflict makes entertainment for readers. But it's always betrayal.
I
So much
s-
betrayal.
But I said what I said. Okay, guys, for y'all who's still listening, congrats. We've reached the end of our discussions.
Yay!
Yay!
Hope you enjoyed it. That's all from us. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you again next time. Bye. I'm sorry for the commotion, guys.